The Book of Job, chapter 25. Then Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, Power and fear is with him that maketh peace in his places. Is there any number in his armies? And upon whom shall not his light arise? And how may a man be justified with God? Or how can he be clean that is born of a woman? Behold, he will give no light to the moon, and the stars are unclean in his sight. How much more man, a worm, even the Son of Man, which is but a worm. Job chapter 26. But Job answered and said, Whom helpest thou? Him that hath no power? Savest thou the arm that hath no strength? Whom counselest thou? Him that hath no wisdom? Thou showest right well as the thing is. To whom dost thou declare these words? Or whose spirit cometh out of thee? The dead things are formed under the waters, and near unto them. The grave is naked before him, and there is no covering for destruction. He stretcheth out the north over the empty place, and hangeth the earth upon nothing. He bindeth the waters in his clouds, and the cloud is not broken under them. He holdeth back the face of his throne, and spreadeth his cloud upon it. He hath set bounds upon the waters, until the day and night come to an end. The pillars of heaven tremble and quake at his reproof. The sea is calm by his power, and by his understanding he smiteth the pride thereof. His spirit hath garnished the heavens, and his hand hath formed the crooked serpent. Lo, these are the part of his ways, but how little a portion hear we of him, and who can understand his fearful power? Job chapter 27. Moreover Job proceeded and continued his parable, saying, The living God hath taken away my judgment, or the Almighty hath put my soul in bitterness. Yet so long as my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God in my nostrils, my lips surely shall speak no wickedness, and my tongue shall utter no deceit. God forbid that I should justify you. Until I die, I will never take away mine innocency from myself. I will keep my righteousness, and will not forsake it. Mine heart shall not reprove me of my days. Mine enemies shall be as the wicked, and he that riseth against me as the unrighteous. For what hope hath the hypocrite when he hath heaped up riches? If God take away his soul, will God hear his cry when trouble cometh upon him? Will he set his delight on the Almighty? Will he call upon God at all times? I will teach you what is in the hand of God, and I will not conceal that which is with the Almighty. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why then do you thus banish vanity? This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of tyrants, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be great in number, the sword shall destroy them, and his posterity shall not be satisfied with bread. His remnant shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he should heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. He buildeth his house as the moth, and as a lodge that the watchman maketh. When the rich man sleepeth, he shall not be gathered to his fathers. They opened their eyes, and he was gone. Terror shall take him as waters, and a tempest shall carry him away by night. The east wind shall take him away, and he shall depart, and it shall hurl him out of his place. And God shall cast upon him, and not spare, though he would fain flee out of his hand. Every man shall clap their hands at him, and hiss at him out of their place. Job chapter 28. The silver surely hath his fame, and the gold his palace, where they take it. Iron is taken out of the dust, and brass is molten out of the stone. God putteth an end to darkness, and he trieth the perfection of all things. He setteth up a bond of darkness. and of a shadow of death. The flood breaketh out against the inhabitant, and the waters forgotten of the foot, being higher than man, are gone away. Out of the same earth cometh bread, and under it, as it were fire, is turned up. The stones thereof are a place of sapphires, and the dust of it is gold. There is a path which no fowl hath known, neither hath the kite's eye seen it. The lion's whelps have not walked it, nor the lion passed thereby. He putteth his hand upon the rocks, and overthroweth the mountains by the roots. He breaketh rivers in the roots, and his eye seeth every precious thing. He bindeth the floods that they do not overflow, and the thing that is hid bringeth he to light. But where is wisdom found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, for it is not found in the land of the living. The depth saith, It is not in me. The sea also saith, It is not in me. Gold shall not be given for it, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. It shall not be valued with the wedge of gold of Ophir, nor with the precious onyx, nor the sapphire. The gold nor the crystal shall be equal unto it, nor the exchange shall be for a plate of fine gold. No mention shall be made of coral, nor of the gabish, for wisdom is more precious than pearls. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not be equal unto it, neither shall it be valued with the wedge of pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom, and where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and is hid from the fowls of heaven. Destruction and death say, We have heard the fame thereof with our ears. But God understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. For he beholdeth the ends of the world, and seeth all that is under heaven, to make the weight of the winds, and to weigh the waters by measure. When he made a decree for the rain, and a way for the lightning of the thunders, then did he see it, and counted it. He prepared it, and also considered it. And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord is wisdom, and depart from evil is understanding. Job chapter 29. So Job proceeded and continued his parable, saying, Oh, that I were as in times past, when God preserved me, when his light shined upon mine head, and when his light I walked through the darkness, as I was in the days of my youth, when God's providence was upon my tabernacle, when the Almighty was yet with me, and my children round about me, when I washed my paths with butter, and when the rock poured out me rivers of oil, when I went out to the gate, even to the judgment seat, and when I caused them to prepare my seat in the street. The young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose and stood up. The princes stayed talk, and laid their hand on their mouth. The voice of princes was hid, their tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouths. And when the ear heard me, it blessed me. When the eye saw me, it gave witness to me. For I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. The blessing of him who was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to rejoice. I put on justice, and it covered me. My judgment was as a robe and a crown. I was the eyes to the blind. I was the feet to the lame. I was the father unto the poor, and when I knew not the cause, I sought it out diligently. I brake also the jaws of the unrighteous man, and plucked the prey out of his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the sand. For my root is spread out by the water, and the dew shall lie upon my branch. My glory shall renew toward me, and my bow shall be restored in my hand. Unto me men gave ear, and waited, and held their tongue at my counsel. After my words they replied not, and my talk dropped upon them. And they waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth as for the latter rain. If I laughed on them, they believed it not, neither did they cause the light of my countenance to fall. I appointed out their way, and did sit as chief, and dwelt as a king in the army, and like him that comforteth the mourners.